Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, Roundtable family, I don't know about you, but listen, I'm from New Jersey, and New Jersey's close enough to Queens. So if you're a certain age and you know how to rock with Kwamè, then you know what we're talking about today. His album is, it's been 25 years, for real.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
That's because he's been creating bangers, 30 million plus records just for what he's produced for some of the hottest albums. Now he's back in the booth. He took a different Strokes theme song and turned it into a classic. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
I'm so excited you're here.
Thank you. Thank you. What part of Jersey are you from?
I'm from Fort Lee, so I call myself a fake New Yorker because we're a
Oh,
mile.
no. Well, you're from Fort Lee. I spent a lot of time in Jersey. So I went to high school, well, a little bit of high school in Inglewood. I've lived in West Orange and South Orange for years, like probably almost 15, 20 years I've been in West and South Orange. So I have a little bit of Jersey on my back as well.
Let's go. See, and I'm so close to the George Washington Bridge that I used to jog. Now I moved to Detroit. So now
Okay.
here in Detroit, they know hip hop in these streets as well. So you are
Yes.
someone who put it on the map. So
Thank you.
what's it feel like 25 years back in the studio with your own music?
You know what? For me, it's a very refreshing and a liberating feeling. Imagine this. Imagine you dream about doing whatever, something, whether it's kung fu or needlepoint, I don't care what it is. You dream about it. And there's always these things, these parameters that's probably preventing you from doing so at the time. And then you finally take the time and the initiative to just do it. That's what this feels like. This isn't where some record executive is telling me I need to put out an album, or I'm doing it to be on a radio station or anything. It was literally self-expression, part therapy, and just doing that. And it just feels like it's like a liberating feeling. And then you don't realize that you've been locked away for 25 years until you actually stepped outside. So, that's how that feels as well. Like, oh, wow, I haven't been out here for 25 years. So that's a great feeling.
Well, what I want people to know is that The Different Kids is out. You can stream it, everybody. The single Miss Mary Mac is fire. I was talking about different strokes. The theme song. Wait till you hear how he incorporates the words to make them all make sense. It's lyrically genius. Can I ask you a nerdy engineering recording question?
Of course.
So when I was listening to it, what amazed me about it, because I was listening to it, and now we hear so much processed music, so much auto-tune music, pitch corrector music. It sounds like you are in there giving these songs like you would on a street corner in a concert. It has such a live, fresh feeling with your flow. There is not so much digital engine. That's your voice. Like you're just in the booth laying down the lyrics.
Well, everything I produced the whole thing, and I literally did it in this small room that I'm in. And it's like I have, outside of this camera shot, there's keyboards and, mix board and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is it's just me organically putting things together. And if it's putting live instruments on things, or whether it's the samples, it's building the sounds, not to get too nerdy and technical, but yeah, it's like creating and building and tailor making these sounds, where today's music, the sounds are given to you. You get a computer, you got the sounds up there. You get a program, they provide you with stuff. Some people don't even make their own drums anymore. It's just a library of drum loops, and then they put it out. And that's why you get a lot of that microwavable feeling music. And I didn't want my music to feel like McDonald's. I wanted my music to feel like grandma's kitchen, and that's literally, seriously, I wanted it to feel like a home cooked meal. And I do understand that McDonald's gets more consumption than a home cooked meal, but you appreciate that home cooked meal just a little bit more. And that's how I wanted that album to feel.
Well, what I love about it, no matter what age you are, no matter how hard you go with your music, what kind of music you listen to, if you're an 80s baby, a 90s baby, or you're listening to the top 20 hip hop records that are out right now, this album is for you. It's got such a unique sound to it.
Wow, thank you.
I loved it. I was in from beginning to end. No skips, as they say out here.
Yeah, thank you. And it's weird for me to hear that, because I'm such an introvert and I've been working on this album for a minute now. And so I'm used to it in my spaces. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in my car, if I'm out jogging, if I'm whatever I'm doing, I'm used to it here. So if I go outside and somebody goes, "Hey, I like that song, Stroke Different," I'm like, "Wait, what? How did you?" And then I gotta check myself, like, "Oh yeah, it is a record that's out now." So it's good to hear that. So I thank you for giving me that.
A lot of times when I look back, you were 16 when you first put out your first record. You
Yeah,
know, 16, Kwame the Boy Genius, and you had a band.
yeah.
Now
So
that's a
yeah, now it's a thing. Yeah, now it's a thing. I just felt like I wanted, and I still do, even when I perform, like once I start performing for this new album, it's gonna be a full band and everything. I want the music to always wanted the music to sound like how it was made. And there's the element of hip hop. Yes, you got to have your DJ and your turntables. But if it was made with some keyboards and a drum machine, you should have that on the stage as well. If it was made with some drums and bass and guitar, have that on the stage as well. If it's made with some horns, have that on. I'm always into that. Give people the experience, make people feel the same experience you felt when you made it. That's the whole point. Giving somebody that experience. I want you to feel what I felt, not something regurgitated. Not you. I know you're going to hear your favorite song, but feel what I feel. So I think when you have a band and you have that component on stage, you get that.
Well, I love it because when you go to a hip hop concert and there's a band, or you go listen to an album and there's a band, there's a whole different energy, a whole different beat,
Yeah,
and you not only were a trailblazer about the band, but you were one of the first people that had a vision, I think, a vision and a look and an aesthetic, and you were a full package artist in that way, and you still have the greatest visuals. Like the album cover is so fire. Look, the polka dots are on, the white and black polka dot. It's just
yeah.
why is that important to you? Why is it just not the sound? It's a whole thing. It's a whole package that you deliver.
Because it's art, and art has layers to it. I feel that, and you can't just. I don't think I should show up just doing one layer of art. I want people to be able to resonate with all the things. I treat music like, say, a film. Um, you don't go to a movie and just hear the voices. You know, what makes a movie great is the visual as well. What makes a movie great is the story. What makes the movie great is the promotion of the movie, actually. How are you hyped to see this movie? The way they promoted it is, and I feel like it's all a part of that. And then at the same time, I figure there's a million artists out here. There's a million people putting out their artwork. What are you going to do to stand out? What's going to make people remember you when you walk out the room? Sometimes they may not remember your song, but they may say, "Well, that kid, that dude was dressed the hell up. Like he was. I don't remember what he was saying, but he was sure as hell fly on that stage. Whatever it is. I think it's all a part of it, and it shouldn't be a gimmick either. It should just be a conscious thing that you do when you express yourself.
Well, I'm here for it. I'm here. 360 artists. This was one before that wasn't even a term. So tell me about
Yeah,
some of the single. If we take Mary Mac, if we take Stroke Different, which is my favorite song on, I think it's so brilliant. It's so brilliant.
that's the song that made me make an album. Seriously, it was like I was working on a DJ set, and there was a thing in the DJ set now in the program that DJs use called Serato, where you could separate vocals, you could take the vocals off of a record, you could do all that. So my DJ was showing me how to use it, and the first song I pulled up, just joking around, was the Different Strokes theme. Because in my DJ set, I call it Saturday morning tunes. I mix classic theme songs in with classic hip hop records. So I pulled up the Different Strokes theme, and then I broke it apart. It was just drums, just vocals, and I was like, oh my God, I can make a record off of this. And he was like, you're bugging. And as I was on the phone with him, I made the record. And then I said, I gotta go. And then I recorded it, and I was like, I want my album. This I just set the tone for an album that I didn't know that I was going to make. And then once I made Stroke Different, it just everything just came out from there. So I appreciate that. The other songs on the album that I really love, there's a song called Adulthood. Adulthood, I would say 110% of my male friends, when they hear adulthood, they're like, yo, man, you are speaking my life. And adulthood is basically, real quick, a man and a woman, they're in a relationship. They met in the 10th grade. They had kids. The guy, they got married in 2002. They had these kids. He paid the bills. He made a home. He put the kids through school. And now he doesn't want to do it anymore. He wants to sit on the couch, get fat, and play video games, right? But the wife, she decides at this point in her life to go back to school, to get a better job, to elevate herself, to get into a better position in life. And now she's giving him the heat for it. Like, you're over here doing nothing. You're doing nothing. I'm out here trying to be better. You're supposed to be on my level. Now you're on a different level. And he's like, but I did all of this all this time. And, I know so many people that have gone through that. People change in life. And that's a perspective from somebody from my generation. Instead of being like a rapper trying to relive a glory day, I'm talking real life perspective. So there's another song called Kwamè to Kwamé. That's another introspective song that I really like. It's kind of science fiction therapy. Current me goes back in time to talk to 1990 me. And 1990 me is on top of the world. Everything is happening. Great albums, great singles. I'm doing shows. And I'm letting 1990 me know that it's all about to end. You don't know it. You're on the top of the world, but right around the corner is the end for you. So you need to be prepared for this, and that, because this is what's going to happen in the next 20, 30 years of your life. If you don't listen to me, you're not going to get out of it. And so it's a very, very retrospective type of record. Go on, you was going to say something?
You feel like that? You had to take a pivot in your life?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was pivoted. You know what I'm saying? I was pushed into a pivot, and I had to make a decision. Sometimes you get pushed into a pivot. Sometimes you get pushed into a corner and you have to make a pivot. Some people just stay in that corner. Some people stay in the corner and fall down, and they don't pivot. So for me, I was pushed into a corner. I fell down, got up, pivoted, and did what I had to do and circled back. And now this is my circle back. And I think telling that story hopefully can encourage other people that may have been in that situation or might be in that situation that, there's always room to make another move.
Well, I don't know the full story, but in the mid 90s, you took a break and then you came back in the 2000s. It says take a break. I don't know maybe you were out grinding and hustling, but you came back with producing records for LL Cool J and Mary J. Blige and Keisha Cole and Christina. And you co-produced On Fire, which is, We On Fire. You all know the song. And Vivian Green's been here and you worked with her. So what was the transition? Why did you say like, okay, I can use my talent in a different way? And then you sold 30 million records just doing that.
Because first, music is something that I feel that I am, not what I do. So at an early age, I knew this at an early age. This is who I am. And it's not saying that I'm just like a one-dimensional music guy, but creating is who I am. And so if I can't create for myself right now, I know other people that may need some creating things as well. And I don't want to be a statistic. I don't want to be like the fall off guy that's like, back in my days, I used to be dope. Like I didn't want to be that guy at all. Like, that's like the worst fear of mine. So, and I always had this, it's weird, it sounds weird. I always had this vision of me walking in New York with a backpack full of everything that I own, trying to figure out where I was going to live and where I was going to go. It was always like a thing in my mind. And I was always saying, I don't want to be that version of me. That's a possible version of me if I don't do something. And so creating music for other people, it took half of the 90s for people to recognize what I was trying to create for other people. And once it clicked in 2001, 2001, and it stayed clicking from that point. But I had to go through that fire of readjusting, reflecting, and self-acknowledgement to get to that point. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people feel that they're in a space, a great space. You ever meet the guy that was in, or the girl that was in high school that were popular? They were great in high school. They were the all-time superhero in high school. And then after high school was over, they just all they did was talk about high school.
Yep. Yep.
Don't be that person.
No.
You can always be something else. And it's never too late to be the next chapter. It's never too late. You just got to apply it. And so that's what I had to do. I had to do that for myself.
Well, yeah, you don't want to peak in high school, that's for sure.
No,
And we could
you
always,
can, no one can peak in high school. That's the thing. No one can peak in high school. They allowed themselves to peak in high school. It's like climbing, it's like climbing a ladder. And high school is like the fifth step on the ladder, and the ladder has 80 steps. And you sitting on the fifth step talk about I'm peaking. No, you're not. No, you're not. You got to keep going. You got to keep going.
well, what I love so much is your story is resilient because not only did you come out here and change the game, but then you changed the game for others, and now you're back changing the game, showing you are timeless. Your talent is timeless. The music is
Thank you.
timeless. And
Thank you.
these you gotta everybody listening, you gotta check out this album. Like I'm telling you, this is an album for it's not for just hip hop lovers or yeah, it's for music lovers. It is so musically smart and,
Thank
and
you.
and so eloquently done, and the poetry in it is brilliant. So are we gonna see some live shows? Are we gonna hear you out here in these? Are you planning to do something fun?
Yes, I am planning a tour now. I gotta hit Detroit. Detroit is like one of my favorite places to perform, like whether it's like the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater or the Fox or any one of those theaters. Detroit just has great performance spaces. I love it. I love it out there. So, I'm trying to just now I'm not saying trying, I don't like to say the word trying. I am planning a run, most likely at the top of 2026. I want to just get, the videos out there and people reacclimated because I just think, I've been going for a minute. So it's just getting people reacclimated and I want them to want to come check me out. I don't want to do a show and it'd be like five people like, yeah, Quam, get him. Like,
No, I'll be there.
yeah,
I'll be there. I'm ready for you to be out here. And yes,
yes,
shout
and
out.
bring all your friends. Just bring them all. Like I want to be able to give people that experience because the way my show is set up, it's a classic, it's a hip hop experience. It's not just me doing records. It's a hip hop experience where people are involved, the audience is involved. It's dope, and I really want to bring that to any city that'll have me.
Well, I could bring you my two step and maybe my claps will be on beat. Maybe if ever.
Yeah, yeah. You can two step clap. You can do the Running Man.
Oh.
It's all of that. There you go.
Well, we're here for I love he brought receipts about Detroit, y'all. If you're not from Detroit, you don't know the Aretha and the Fox around the corner. So he brought receipts.
Exactly.
He knows what he's talking about. I want everybody out here to please listen to the different kids. It's so good. We're gonna follow you on Instagram. All the information about the website, the Instagram, all the stuff is gonna be below right if you're watching us or listening to us right now. And I promise you, you're gonna love this record. And it was such an honor when I got the chance to
Thank
speak
you.
to you. I remember being that kid in Jersey who just loved hip hop. I remember the beats. I remember all the music you produced. And when I listened to this album, I was like, this is it. This is real hip hop. This is grown
Thank
people
you.
hip hop right here.
Yes,
Thank,
yes.
thank you so much for the music and thank
Yo,
you for the
thank you
time.
for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure.